Championship weekend going down on Sunday, and there's all kinds of storylines surrounding each quarterback in each one of these games. So because of that, I'm bringing in former Bucs quarterback and co-host of VSiN Live, Shaun King, joining us live from Vegas right now. Still looking like you can get out there and slang that thing if you needed to, my man. First and foremost, thanks for joining us. And let's jump right into this because Brock Purdy is the second rookie quarterback to start in an NFC championship game. You were the first. Take us through what that energy is like, and what advice would you give to Brock, and what do you see going down with the 49ers-Eagles game?
Well, it's interesting. I was that guy in 1999, and I know this is going to make me seem old, but, man, you couldn't text from your cell phone. Like, there was no Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all these great, social media platforms where you can get your message out and you can connect and interact with others. Like, the world was a huge place.
Yep.
And I say that to say we kind of were in a bubble because you didn't have to worry about, who was saying this, who was saying that, because you didn't have access to it. I remember internet used to still be dial-up. So we're talking, way before where we are now. So I know Brock is dealing with a whole lot of other stuff just because of technology. The world we live in is much smaller. You're able to have access and be privy to a whole lot more opinions than when I went through this. And I actually was the first rookie quarterback to ever take his team to a championship game. And what's crazy, I don't think anybody knew, because I don't remember getting any questions about how does it feel to be the first to do this, that, and the third. But, I followed Brock closely, since he became the starter. He's obviously well prepared. He's handled the majority of the moment so far. So I'm pulling for him to create his own fraternity, because so far 4 of us has done this, but we've also all lost. So hopefully he can lead his team to the actual Super Bowl game. Although I will say this, I'm still looking for that referee in '99 who said Bert Emanuel didn't catch that ball, because he absolutely did.
Hey, Twitter, do your job. Go find this person. Please go find this person. We'll have him on here. But let's Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, a lot of people are saying he's got a lot to prove this game. How do you see Jalen Hurts? What type of success you think he can have this game?
Well, Jalen Hurts should be the NFL MVP. He was the odds-on to win it before he suffered the shoulder injury. But when you think about the national critics that actually question, should Jalen Hurts be the starting quarterback in Philly? Like, there is a lot of noise that Gardner Minshew should be the guy, that the Eagles will be limited in how much successful they could be as a team with Jalen. So for him to come and have the season he's had, man, I don't think he gets talked about enough. But just like this is Brock Purdy's first time in a division championship, a conference championship game, it's also Jalen's. He does have the advantage of being at home. So the communication apparatus is much easier when you're at home. You don't have to deal with the crowd noise. That's something that Brock really hasn't had to have in a big game. So I think both young quarterbacks are going to play well. I'm pulling for them. I want to see an exciting game. Hopefully it comes down to who has the ball last.
Yeah, and Brock gets to pull up to the link and see a 10-year-old flipping him to double birds. So we're going to see how he handles that as well. All right, let's get to
let me make this point, because I know you got a huge audience. One thing that we love and we will never forget as Tampa Bay Buccaneers is that we kicked the Eagles' butt in the last game in the old stadium, and we kicked the Eagles' butt in the first game in the new stadium. So we closed the vet, and we opened up Lincoln Financial with Bucs whooping the Eagles.
Shaun King chose violence, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm here for it. All right, let's switch
Call me Cersei.
To the night game. AFC Championship game. The narrative behind this game is Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes. What are you going to be watching for QB-wise, and who do you think comes out as the winner on this one?
I mean, if you ask me, these are the top 2 guys in the league right now. When you combine accomplishments with talent, with age, both young guys, both have shown that they don't blink under pressure and duress. So far, Burrow has owned this competition. I think he's 3-0 in his career versus Mahomes and the Chiefs, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
But Mahomes does have the advantage that this is a revenge situation. Just like last year, this game is at Arrowhead. And it had to bug Patrick all offseason that, in large parts, he was the reason the Chiefs lost to the Bengals last year. So I know he was frustrated that he got the ankle sprain, but I'm telling you, he'll be ready to go. But I still think I'm going to side with the Bengals because I don't think the Chiefs are as explosive without Tyreek Hill. You say what you want. They don't scare people the way they did when Tyreek was there. And Kelsey has been unbelievable. And Juju Smith-Schuster and some of those guys have stepped up in spots. But Cincinnati's getting off the bus with Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and a Joe Mixon coming off one of his best games versus the Bills. So I'm still going to side with the Bengals because I think overall they have better offensive talent. And I feel like on the defensive side, these two defenses are pretty much going to wash each other out.
All right. That's definitely going to be a game to watch. And since you chose violence today, you recently went viral for some comments made about Tom Brady. And to clarify, do you just want him out of Tampa, or do you think he should retire completely? Because Gronk said that he still has some juice left in him.
Well, let me say this. The truth doesn't have emotions. It's just the truth. Like, I don't feel like you should have to censor your evaluation of a player based on what they've done previously in their career. You know, the same energy you have for a Justin Fields, you should have for a Tom Brady if it's organic and objective. And all I'm saying is he isn't the same player he was before. Now, he's still, whenever he decides to retire, whether it's this year, next year, 5 years from now, he's still going to be the most accomplished quarterback we've ever seen in the game of football. 10 Super Bowls, 7 wins. Well, I think 3 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 regular something. It's a whole lot, and I don't think we'll see it duplicated. But hell, everybody get old. So why does everybody want to attack someone that says Tom Brady got old? He did get old. He looks like he's afraid to throw when there's chaos around him. Whenever there's pressure, he's not the same guy he used to be. I grew up a Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. That's been my squad. I rolled with them since we had Bucko Bruce on the helmet. I rolled with them after we won the Super Bowl up until Brady got there when we were not very good. That's my squad. And I think right now it's time for that organization to head in a different direction that's focused on rebuilding and recreating a younger core that we can move into the future with. Now, if Tom decides to go somewhere else and play, I'll be his biggest fan. But I'm just hoping that the days in Tampa are at an end because I think this particular group, they've reached the pinnacle and now they're on the decline. And I just want us to go ahead and hit this reset button while we still can.
So you were speaking as a former quarterback when you were talking about how, you know, at Father Time has kicked in. He's just not the same guy. You were speaking as a diehard Bucs fan when you were talking like, okay, this organization needs to move on from player X because we need to get back to what we used to do or get back to the greatness of an organization. So thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah, but to keep it a buck, I mean, what non-mobile quarterback is having success right now in the National Football League?
Yeah.
And at this point, you know, the game has changed. You know, I'll be honest, guys that can't extend plays, guys that can't pick up extra first downs with their legs, those guys are not having the same caliber and level of success as their more athletic counterparts. And whether it's Josh Allen, whether it's Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, great functional mobility, Lamar Jackson, like these guys are changing the game. And so when you think about the destinations that he could potentially go to, do they have the offensive line to facilitate him, you know, in those, as Gronk said, shows moments, but I mean, do moments win games or do they just create, you know, more individual memories? You know, you have to look at it from that perspective.
Yeah, moments are for Facebook memories, but I agree with everything you just said just now. You can check him out on VSiN Live. Shaun King, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.